All right, folks, let's take a look at the review bowls from the session details in a little bit more detail. Um, I added another session here, two bowls with 10 shots. And let's go ahead and open this guy up here. So, let's take a look at this. So earlier in one of the other sessions, I kind of just brushed across showing and hiding rings. So where that comes into play is, for example, if I hide the photo, and so now I have the synthetically drawn targets on the screen here. If I want to, I can actually hide these rings here. And what that does is it allows us for when we add things like, say we want to add the SEP Rayleigh. We don't have the busyness of the rings back there. And we can bring it back on screen. And you can see it gets a little busy, especially when your impacts are pretty close to your point of aim, like the group over here on the right under bold 2, and get a little messy. And so that's where that comes into play. We can just go ahead and hide the rings there. It's just a little bit cleaner to look at. So it's kind of personal preference there. But just know these are literally overlays. So if we want to show the mean radius too, we can add that too. Overlays. We can show all these things, and things just kind of change a little bit. So it kind of depends on what you have turned on. And right now we just have too much, because why in the world would anybody ever have the SEP median and Rayleigh and mean radius all highlighted at the same time? So I'm just going to go ahead and turn some of these off because we're going to do some other stuff. Get rid of that guy there. And we're going to show the rings for now. One thing I wanted to point out is, and I'm not sure if I went over this in another session, so I'll just hit it real quick. If I quickly tap on bowl 2, in particular on the shots, I can actually kind of dim it out, and it kind of removes focus from there. And I can also tap to hold it, and I can always, to make it disappear, and I can always make them come back. And in this manage bowls section, we can actually toggle things on and off, which is pretty cool. So if you have like a display of 6 different shot groups up there, you can add and remove focus just by tapping on them real quick or long pressing to completely remove them all together. So just a little hidden little Easter egg in there. The other thing is like the legends that appear. We can tap on those. We can expand them. You can make them smaller. You can really do whatever you want with them. You move them all around the screen. Just makes it a little bit easier because we never know where your shots are going to be. So feel free to play around with that. But you can see, like, if I add more overlays on here, they'll show up. Oops, I actually just hit them all, so it disappeared. Show mean, and let's go ahead and show the SEP. You can see that they're all getting added there under precision metrics. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hide the rings, and I'm going to show you one other thing. Configure overlay. Here, excuse me. Here we can add templates. We have zeroing, we have low development, we have competition. What this will do is give you all these stats that you see down here in the stats preview. So let's say I wanted to have a zeroing template. I want it on bullseye 1. And so I want to add some notes. Zeroing on sunny day. I don't know. I'm just adding notes in there so you can actually see them. So we have these on bull 1, and we're going to go ahead and place this overlay. You'll see that the legend actually updates, and my microphone is falling on me, which is very odd. And Siri did start on my iPad. That was fun. Anyhow, I'm not going to start a whole new video over just because of that. So on bullseye 1, we actually configured our template to show the zeroing data, and it all showed up on that particular legend. So if we bring this guy back into view bowl 2, we can actually do something even different. So we go in here, let's add a new overlay. Let's pretend that one's competition. We can add that to bowl 2. We have those custom, more competition focused data. We can actually just place that on there. Bob's your uncle. So all that's on there. Come in here, configure overlay. We can actually delete these as well. And the only thing that will be left showing is the precision metrics, because we actually have those charts toggled on. So that legend will always display. But we can come in here as well, configure overlay. We do a custom. Let's actually do aggregate this time. Yay. I don't need any notes. Say I care about group size, SEP, horizontal, vertical. Let's just add all these in here for fun. And let's see, I want to know the wind direction, what it was like. Basically, where I'm going is you can pick whatever you want. And it'll give you a little preview down here of what's actually going here. But let's go ahead and place the overlay. So this is, tap this guy, move it down. It'll give you aggregate data, so which will have totals for, sorry if the audio is getting a little off. My microphone keeps falling. It'll give you aggregate data for both shots, should you want it. So we can go in here, configure, and we can get rid of that guy if we want to. But yeah, that's kind of what is going on there. Again, move them around, expand them, do whatever you want. I'm trying to see if there's anything else in here that we really need to go over. Just in case, actually, sorry. Accidentally showed the rings when I didn't want to. One more thing I want to talk about is stacked aggregates. This is the same thing as the legend, but this will actually draw everything for you synthetically. So if you had, 1 through 5 bullseyes, you could pick whichever ones you want. Right now I only have 2, so I'm just going to pick both. But I'm going to go ahead and hit create, and that gives me a legend by default. Kind of move that out of the way there. Move this guy up a little bit. We can dim those guys out of the background. And we just place this wherever we want it to go. Let's go up here and make it a little bit bigger. But it'll give you all the aggregate data. And if you want all that to show up, go to configure overlay, pick aggregate. You have all the stuff that we previously selected. So let's go ahead and just place that, because I zoomed off. But there you go. There's all your shot data for your aggregate. Again, everything down in the precision metrics, that will come from the overlays up here. So that will just automatically show up down there. And then let's go stacked aggregate. You can hide this if you want to, or you can just delete it. And because we have aggregate enabled on here, get rid of that, and that goes away. Yeah, so that's where we are with our legends. Let's just make sure there's nothing else. Show photo ring. Yeah, kind of went over everything. So yeah, take a round with those. Take it for a test drive. See what you think. If there's anything we can make a little bit easier, or you want to see some extra data, or whatever you want to do, just let us know. And yeah, that's about it for now.